Hello everyone and welcome once again to another program of Prime Time. I'm your host Beverly. Thank you so much for being with us today. The St. Martin AIDS Foundation has been doing an excellent job over the years encouraging people to get tested and being informed. Now the foundation is stepping up with a new generation of volunteers. So stay tuned and we'll be right back for This is Prime Time.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded, getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home, and making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
At Travel Planners, we love what we do. Every day we help our clients plan their vacations, from honeymoons to family reunions, trade shows to conventions, school trips to sports tournaments. Our agents at Travel Planners can help you make better, wiser decisions on travel destinations and cruises and find you the lowest fares. Make some memories with help from Travel Planners in Phillipsburg and on the Airport Road, Simpson Bay. Visit our website at Planners SXM and like us on Facebook at St. Martin Travel Planners. We take care of all your travel needs.
As I mentioned in my opening, the St. Martin's AIDS Foundation is really stepping up to the plate. They are having a new generation of volunteers, and that is the youth wing. And today we have with us two volunteers. First, to my immediate left is Jelani Simmons, and next to him is Raul Sharma. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on the program. And so let me just start with Raul and ask him, what was the motivating factor to join the St. Martin AIDS Foundation Youth Wing?
Well, basically, I wanted to get involved with the community, and I was already doing the Red Cross, and then from there I heard about the AIDS Foundation. So I thought it'd be nice to be part of both, and most of my friends were going to the AIDS Foundation, so I got to meet new people as well.
Yeah. And what about you, Jelani? What made you join the youth wing?
Well, from since I was small, I had a passion for helping people, and I thought by this way I could help spread awareness about the topic, and yeah,
and here you are.
My peers.
Yeah.
More about
how long you've been with the foundation?
Well, I've been with this foundation for 2 years now.
Yeah. And you're enjoying it?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. And so, what's the best part about it?
That you get to meet new people and you build social skills. You learn how to talk to people. You you build your social skills.
Yeah. And so, how often do you all meet? Raul, let's go to Raul.
Well, we try to meet, if we have different projects, we initiate a meeting whenever we find that it's necessary, or else we'll meet once a month.
Okay. So I'm going to go to Jelani, and he is going to tell us a little bit about the youth consultation in 2016 last year that was held in Anguilla. Tell us about this.
Okay, the youth consultation is a youth conference organized by the AIDS Foundation to get a bit of insight of what's going on in the teen world. This last year's consultation consisted of the French side youths of the Dutch side, and the youth of Anguilla. In this youth consultation, we touched like 4 topics, which were living with HIV, teenage pregnancy, talking to parents about being sexually active, and gender identity.
So let's talk about the teenage pregnancy. What was expressed in that conference? What came out of it?
Well, for the teenage pregnancy segment, we had a guest speaker, Ms. Janelle Gibbs, to speak about her experience of being a teen mom.
Yeah. And we also had Dr. Callow, a gynecologist. He was there as well.
What did she say? Because, I mean, she experienced it as a teenager.
Yeah.
What were some of the challenges for her? If you remember?
Some of the challenges were her friends finding out and how different people reacted to it. Because not everybody was very supportive, and some people was making rumors, calling her names and stuff.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It was tough. And what about, did she share about how she told her parents?
Yes, she did, but I Can't remember right now.
Well, at least she's alive to talk about it, so maybe it wasn't that bad. And Raul, are you able to tell us a little bit about what came out of living with HIV?
Living with HIV, well, we got some positive trends and some negative. So basically, the good part about it on St. Martin is that there's medication available, and there's, of course, the AIDS Foundation, which helps to speak to the people who have HIV, and you could do your free testing there as well. And people, once they get treated and get to talk to the AIDS Foundation, they live longer and healthier. But the problem with having HIV is discrimination, and people look at you differently, and some people are very secretive about it and don't tell their peer, which they should.
Yeah, and then they get sexually active, and then they spread it around. But are they, because I asked that question, teenagers, are they susceptible to getting HIV?
Yes, they are.
How come? You tell me. How are they susceptible?
Well, it could pass around easily, and I find there's a lot of peer pressure for having sexual intercourse, so they don't think about it. Sometimes they just have it, and they're not safe.
And not protect themselves.
Yeah.
And also about lack of knowledge when it comes to having sex and stuff like that.
And so, do you think when you look at today's society that the youths are more informed, as you would say, let's say 5-10 years ago?
I believe so, yeah. They're more informed because the AIDS Foundation has girl power and real talk. So they speak about these things. So they're more informed, and
So they go to different high schools and speak to them about the topic of sex.
yeah.
Yeah, it's more open now.
Yeah, it's more open.
Yeah, it's not so taboo. What did your friends say when they heard that you were part of the, let's leave that, we take a break and then come back. What do your peers say when you tell them you're part of the St. Martin AIDS Foundation Youth Wing? So you answer that for us. Stay tuned, be back in a moment. This is Prime Time.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 fun mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of fun miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free fun miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles, fun within your reach.
At Travel Planners, we love what we do. Every day we help our clients plan their vacations, from honeymoons to family reunions, trade shows to conventions, school trips to sports tournaments. Our agents at Travel Planners can help you make better, wiser decisions on travel destinations and cruises and find you the lowest fares. Make some memories with help from Travel Planners in Phillipsburg and on the Airport Road, Simpson Bay. Visit our website at Planners SXM and like us on Facebook at St. Martin Travel Planners. We take care of all your travel needs.
A cruise is a great adventure, not only for passengers, also for us. The Port of St. Martin. Our port always reflected the needs and aspirations of the time. From the first to the 1.75 millionth passenger in 2013. Our cruise story started in 1963 with our first cruise passenger. 50 great years later, 20 million passengers later, thousands of cruise berths later, we've become the leading port in the Caribbean. 50 fantastic years. Like a dream. The dream of Port St. Martin lives on and reinvents itself every day. The best is yet to come.
Today I'm speaking to Raul and Jelani, volunteers at the St. Martin AIDS Foundation Youth Wing. And so, Raul, I'm going to ask you, when you told your friends, you said you were with the Red Cross, and then you decided to do some volunteering with the St. Martin AIDS Foundation Youth Wing. What did your peers, your friends think about that?
Well, thank God my friends were a bit open-minded. So they actually started asking me questions like, what do you guys do there? What do teenagers actually have HIV? They were pretty inquisitive, you could say.
Yeah.
And they wanted to know more. So I actually invited a few friends, and that's how our youth wing got a bit bigger.
So you were able to bring some friends in as volunteers?
Yeah.
And what about you, Jelani?
Well, some were very open about it, and some were like, "Oh, you're part of the St. Martin AIDS Foundation, so you have AIDS."
Yeah.
But then, as I explained them, they had a bit more understanding about what we do at the St. Martin AIDS Foundation.
So tell me, you all meet about once every month. What do you all actually do? Jelani, tell me, what do you all do? You just sit and chat, or do you all sit and have serious conversations about serious topics?
Well, we talk about serious topics. Every day is a different topic that we bring forward to the table, and we talk about the plans for the year. So right now we're busy talking about Youth Conversation 2017 and other stuff like essay competition concerning sexual reproductive health and other stuff.
What about, so it's not only, you all are not only doing about living with HIV, you're doing about the teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
How much of that you all have encounters?
So the good thing about teenage pregnancy, as I told you before, we have girl power and real talk. So you get to talk about it, and the only thing is there's a lot of peer pressure, as I said before.
Yeah.
So I find teenagers tell other teenagers like, "Oh, you're still a virgin" or something. They're pretty close-minded about
so
it.
it's not such a positive thing to be a virgin. Yeah.
According to some of the
Right,
teenagers,
according to some of them. Yeah.
They're very close-minded about these things, and others feel peer pressured.
And so, what is your greatest concern for your generation?
I feel like our generation should avoid listening to what others think about these matters, and I think they should speak to their parents instead of their friends about certain things, so that way they get advice from experienced people.
Correct advice.
Yeah.
What do you say? What you say, Jelani?
Well, the same as Rahul said, but I would like them to go and research more or come to the organization and ask us questions instead of making assumptions of what, the AIDS Foundation might be.
And so, do you think that the AIDS Foundation is doing a good thing in having this youth wing?
I strongly believe so, because we get to interact with other teenagers, we get to speak to them, and they look at us and they're comfortable speaking to us, because some of them fear talking to adults because they are scared that it won't be that confidential. So I feel it's a good thing that there's a youth wing in existence.
Do you all know of any teenagers with HIV?
Well, it's very confidential, but there are teenagers who have HIV. Yeah.
But as you said, and as we did years and years ago, when it first came onto the scene, having HIV was like a death sentence.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
No,
It's curable.
Yeah. Thanks to modern medicines.
technology that we make better medicine now. But the only con is that it's expensive. So the AIDS Foundation help people living with HIV to get access to those things.
Yeah. Because sometimes they're not insured, they're not on the
And
shore.
they don't know what to do, so the AIDS Foundation get to speak to the people and give them advice.
So I think that's great, because do you know, if you have something, such, not such nice news, and you don't know who to turn to, so actually having the AIDS Foundation is a great thing. There is someone somewhere that you can go.
Yeah, and they're very confidential, so you could speak to them and the word won't get out. So that's a good thing.
So what's up for 2017? More meetings? You all need more volunteers, or you think you have enough?
Well, we always welcome more volunteers, and we have projects in mind.
Yeah.
Like the Youth Constitution 2017. And
Where is it going to be? You know yet? As yet?
no, but we're still debating between Seba
Okay.
and
Maybe Aruba or somewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
We're
Go
still
further.
thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. We're trying to get more people into this.
Yeah. From what just before we close, from what little you know, do we have a lot of teenage pregnancies? You have any ideas, any numbers on that?
Well, I don't have numbers, but I know there's a lot who get pregnant and there are a lot who abort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we also know those who are pregnant and now they're able to go back to school and finish their education, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
know,
but the thing is, abortion is not legalized on the Dutch side. So it's very risky for them to do abortion now because it's not legal. So they do very risky abortions.
Yeah, which is not advisable at all.
No.
What they have to do is protect themselves from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another topic for teenage pregnancy.
Yeah. Keep it protected.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jelani and Rahul, for talking to me on teenage pregnancy and living with HIV. We're going to take a break, and then we come back. We have two more of your peers, and they're going to have two other topics that you all covered at the Youth Consultation 2016. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
The Daily Herald is my first source for up-to-date information and news. Putting together this program of prime time requires research and knowledge of current events. For local news, regional and international news, do read the Daily Herald.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded, getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home, and making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
And so welcome back. Joining us in the studio now, we have Isaiah Nunez, and that's to my immediate left. And next to him is Rusella Martina, and they're also part of the St. Martin AIDS Foundation Youth Wing. Thank you very much for joining me on the program. And I'm going to Rusella to ask her what motivated you to be part of the Youth Wing.
Actually, I didn't really think about coming into the AIDS Foundation. Raj, he's one of the head guys there, approached me and asked me to come to a meeting, and I did, and I haven't left since, so I guess it's good.
Yeah, so that's how many years? Quite a number of years?
No, actually, not even a year yet, almost a year. So I think June or July makes a year that I've been in the AIDS Foundation.
How would you be able to sum up that experience so far?
Really, really, really eye-opening, extremely educational. Educational. I've learned so much more about the AIDS Foundation, about AIDS and HIV and everything it has done, and how we've progressed since it started up, how much we've achieved in the past years. So it's been a really good experience.
And you all are going to be focusing on gender identity and talking to parents. And before we do that, we're going to ask Isaiah about your participation in the Youth Wing, the St. Martin AIDS Foundation.
Well, I've been part of the Youth Wing for a bit over a year now, and yeah, it's a really great group of people. They're really accepting and open-minded. So when you go there, we have fun. We laugh and joke, but we also talk about serious issues. So,
what made you decide? Somebody told you? Somebody invited you? Or?
No, I attended the 2015 youth consultation.
Yes.
So after the youth consultation, they said, hey, if any of you want to join, be part of a youth wing, you can just come by the office, and that's what I did.
Yeah. And so, so we're talking about the gender identity. That's the big thing now, Tell us, because it's happening. It's happening. When you look at it, it's younger and younger and younger.
I don't think that it's younger per se. I just think people are a lot more open about it at a younger age than they were before, because of the acceptance that we are portraying, and the more knowledge we have about it, people aren't afraid to come out with their gender identity. So I don't think that it's per se that younger and younger people are showing their gender identity or coming out with their gender identity. I just think that because of how open-minded our generations are becoming, we're able to fully accept them at a younger age.
Do you think so, Isaiah?
Yeah, because a lot of older people that we've talked to, they said, well, we couldn't come out and say that when we were younger, we couldn't this. So it's because of, I think, groups like us who come out and say, hey, you know, you can come to us, you can talk to us and whatever. That's why it seems like there's more people now talking about it, but that's just because it's more accepting now, so people can just be themselves.
So do you think it's really more accepting now that I am a boy, but I think I have female tendencies, more female hormones? You think it's more accepting? Because remember, we live in a small community.
Exactly. So it really does depend on where you are in the world and how your community is like and how many groups like us there are. So it really does depend where you are.
Yeah.
I also do think it's more accepting now, though. I think that we're better educated about it, and well, because we're old, like as we get older, when we teach our young ones or kids or people that we meet, we also portray our thoughts on them, whereas older generations, they were taught something different, that it's wrong or that it's not acceptable. You can't be a boy and feel like you have girl tendencies, or vice versa, or more male hormones than female hormones, also vice versa. So I think it is being more accepted, and it does, as Isaiah said, does depend on where you are in the world.
How is it in our community for teenagers who are going through that supposedly we call turmoil in their life?
Good.
Yeah, well, from the kids that come to us and talk.
But those experiences.
Well, of course it's hard because, as you said, we do live in a small community, so people do judge, people do discriminate. So it is hard, but we try to be that person for them to talk to. So them coming to us and them, of course, surround themselves around accepting people, it does make it easier.
Make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about talking to parents. That's another topic that you all were looking at. Rochella, talking to parents.
Well, talking
Do you think it's easier now? In my days, talking to parents, you talked about schoolwork and how your grades and so on, but you didn't really go in the sexual area talking to your parents.
I don't think it's easier or harder per se. I just think it really depends on the parent and how open they're willing to be with their kids. Because if you have a parent that doesn't want to talk about it, then it's going to be hard for the child to even approach their parents. But if you also have parents that are willing to talk to you, or they don't even have to specifically talk about sex, but even just relationships in general, because it's not just sex.
Right.
It's you have relationships, you have relationship with friends, if it's a significant other, but these are all things that parents do talk about. So it really all starts, it doesn't have to start with the parents, but it's also a really good step if the parents can be open with their kids and willing to talk to them.
Rochella, what do you think is the most important thing you want young people to know about and to understand about HIV, teenage pregnancies, gender identity, living with HIV?
I want them to know that it's okay to be open with your parents, with your peers, with your teachers, whoever, but also be careful, because everyone's prone to it. HIV isn't just for one person or one type of people or one group. Anyone can get it. Some kids, teenagers, adults, even people in the older ages. So it doesn't single you out. So still be careful. You don't have to abstain, because we can't ask everyone to abstain, but accidents do happen. So always be careful, protect
Protect
yourself.
yourself.
Teenage pregnancies can happen to just about anyone. Contracting HIV or any other STIs for that matter can also happen to just about anyone. So always be careful, and it's okay to make mistakes, but try to.
But at least the good thing about it is now we have support groups out there. Whether it's teenage pregnancy, whether it's gender identity, whether it's living with HIV, it's not, you're not lost.
No.
You want to add your 5 cents?
Yeah, you said earlier that we're a small community, but we're a small community with a lot of support groups. So go out there, find someone to talk to. There are always people listening, ready to hear you. So just go out there.
And what's the greatest concern for your generation?
Greatest concern
for your generation?
Sorry.
I would think it's just being safe.
Yeah.
That's it. Being safe because as you
Because
said,
if you look at all these topics, they're all tied into keeping yourself protected.
Exactly.
Yeah, whether it's living with HIV, teenage pregnancies. I mean, we can't do anything about gender identity. That's what it is.
But you can also keep yourself protected by not just keeping yourself in a shell, going out there and talking to people, like groups like us. So, yeah.
You want to add to that?
I had something. I forgot. It's okay.
What are you looking forward to in 2017 with this program?
With this program, I'm hoping that we can reach out to more people. Because the more people we can reach out to, the more people that we can educate, the more people that can know about if it's our foundation or just the information that we can give to them is something that I hope to reach to as many people as possible. And if it could be kids, adults, I mean, you're never too old to or too young to learn something new.
Yeah, I think you're all in the right team here with Dr. Van Osh and Raj. They've been doing this many years. We've had them on over years talking about, and it's come a long way. So we wish you all success. Continue to do the good work, and the volunteering is very important in your community. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
This has
having
been
us.
Prime Time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week, and may God bless you.